Fans, everything was allowed here at Bank of America Stadium as Carolina emerged from their tunnel. And we are ready to go as the Panthers get set to match up with the Los Angeles Rams.
Yes, right.
Did you see the step back?
Set to go now on a wet and rainy afternoon. And off we go from uptown Charlotte. Fielded about a yard deep.
This is how you do it.
Well, I'm kind of shocked,
and he'll get
then
it up
again,
to about the
because
26-yard line just across the 25.
Not so much. Cardinal usually calls plays out.
Oh, yeah.
He didn't do pick the picker. He didn't do. Usually he does pick the picker, cut, you know, or pick the picker too. But I don't even think they're running plays right now. They're just flat out saucing people, dude.
They just serving people. You know, we used to say, I'm going to get double lock.
Now a first down throw. Gone. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down.
It's hard.
These two teams squaring off here in week one. You might remember they used to be in that old NFC West division together from 1995 to 2001. The Falcons, Saints, and 49ers were also in there with the Rams and Panthers. And the Panthers recently, they dominated this series. They've won 6 of the last 7 against the Rams. Now the third leading rusher in the NFL last year, Todd Gurley. And for a second straight play, just nowhere to go thanks to this Carolina defense. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation.
Running hard.
Go tonight. 20.
I'll go for more support. I ain't running no rep.
From the gun, it's gone. Man open, it's Cup. He's got it. A Ram first down as Goff finds Cup.
It all came together there. In-breaking route. Drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
I mean, they care if it's spots. They want to play regular. But they'll still put pressure on.
Goff turns and gives to Gurley. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2 and a half to about the 39.
They pick up.
When we talk about Luke Kuechly, you can't talk about his overall game without talking about his intelligence.
And you see how easy it makes you under the basket? How much easier it is?
Just like a quarterback would on offense to get him into the right defense. They definitely were on that play. How about that finish? Holding that to a minimum game.
Fat
nowhere to go that
just
time.
went into my line and I was
Maybe got a yard up to the 40. Now 3rd down is looming. A pickup of 2 on 1st down and just 1 yard there.
180. Hey, 76. 76.
Throwing on 3rd. Goff. Over the middle, that's hauled in by Cup. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 36. And the defense not able to get it. From a defensive perspective, what's that moment like when you realize the ball is loose?
It is a moment where all concentration goes right to the football. This is something you've talked about in all your preparation for the game. You probably talked about this training camp. Knock the ball free, take it away from the other team, and now you have that chance. It's a little bit of deflation when they end up recovering it.
They knocked it free, but couldn't take it away.
I think Trav's working.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, at these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half.
They do.
Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
3:30 after you left, me, Lou,
on 2nd and 9. Gone. Got a man over the middle. It's Woods. Yeah, this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
And then Lou was like, no, I'm going to sleep. Smook didn't say nothing.
Yes. I know.
8th play of this opening drive coming up. This is 3rd down.
Yep. Yep.
They go play action with Gurley. Now goes. Throw left side, complete to Cup. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. That good for 6 as they keep this drive right on rolling.
No, they'll like when I get crazy, you know, they'll let me go a little bit, but if it like starts to become close or, you know, or whatever,
First down, it's Gurley.
Let's get back
and
to
he's brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up second down.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
Now on second down, this is Gurley. And he's got 4 down inside the 20 to the 18.
But that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again, they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
Like, I'm in a Twitter group with them, so they message
the 13th play now coming on this opening drive. Here's third down. Now Goff will hand this one to Gurley. And Gurley,
oh, come on, man.
Fumbled again, dude. His guys will get the football back. So a first quarter fumble in the rain, and this isn't supposed to let up. They've had flash flood warnings just west of here, so they better get used to this.
And it's hard to do real early in the game because you're so amped up and you're trying to do so much. You've got to get used to it, though. You've got to focus in on the ball, make sure you're taking care of it. That one cost them.
So Newton and the Panthers come up now 1st and 10 at their own 13. A first carry for Christian McCaffrey, who made his first Pro Bowl last year. And just not a ton of room to work with. He'll get it to the 15 for a gain of 2.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Not so much this year. This year it's the double.
Throwing is Newton. This one complete to Curtis Samuel. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. And a nice start there to the aerial attack to pick up the first.
And I think preseason is officially over now. Getting into the groove of the regular season, that's a great way to get started. First drive of the season, what a nice completion.
Tell him to get his ass. When the hell is he going to be playing?
On first down, it's Newton. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. Nickel Roby-Coleman there defensively.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. To throw again. Newton. Over the middle, complete to Samuel. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 23 yards the pickup there. A couple of first downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on first down. Newton throwing again. That's going to be caught by Samuel. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
By I know from past experience, before you actually play a game, you visualize what's going to happen. And I don't know anyone who doesn't visualize themselves being in the center of what's going on. That's 3 catches for him here in the early going. He's got to like the way this is starting.
Absolutely. 3 catches on any drive is good. Opening drive, that's a tone setter. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Throwing again is Newton. Got a man right side, it's McCaffrey. They'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. 23 yards the pickup there.
First and 10 at the 22-yard line.
That's it. Ready?
We're scoreless after 1. Second quarter now from Charlotte, and it's the Panthers with the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
Hall of Fame.
Hall of Fame.
Hall of Fame. Jeez. Well, I know my rules. It's locked down on the 2A stage. Done and done. That's it. You're going to be in the last.
On 1st down, this is McCaffrey. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
We got 4.
On 2nd and 9, Newton. That's Samuel, caught left side. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10. This is shaping up to be a really nice-looking drive to get the season underway here.
And how long do you think that they actually have been plotting this drive? I'm talking about the coaching staff, right? They've been thinking about this for a while now, and I think they're executing it even better than what they expected.
Newton going to hand it off to McCaffrey. And he'll take this one inside the 10, down to the 8. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Check my VIP. Oh, you're in
practice.
practice.
Even on rundowns, it confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the 2nd level.
Actually, my career hasn't been that rough.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Nah, it's not bad at all.
Now a toss. This is McCaffrey. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. An 8-yard touchdown run. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Solid job up front. Really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
That was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run. End result, 6 points.
Touchdown. A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. It hasn't gone particularly well for them, that's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress.
And is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Dante Jackson picks it. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line.
And Brandon, the passing game for both of these teams is going to be affected as the game goes along. It's not looking like the rain's going to let up anytime soon. So that might mean a few more wobbly passes and wide receiver slips. And this one winds up getting intercepted.
Why?
Oh, shit.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. This is McCaffrey, and he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Here's Newton. Escaping the pressure right. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. Newton able to use those legs and get past the marker to pick up the first.
Even at the age of 30, Cam says it's just a number. Still a real threat running the football. We all know about the touchdowns, but ran for 488 yards last season. That was 4th among all NFL quarterbacks. He can still tote the mail.
On the ground, McCaffrey. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. From the shotgun to McCaffrey. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. Nickel Roby-Coleman up to make the tackle.
He did have the touchdown run earlier, but not a heck of a lot more than that throughout this game.
No, not at all. In fact, I would say that this defense has done as good of a job on him as they have on any runner in recent memory. The Rams calling on their nickel set here defensively for 3rd down.
Watch the pass.
A shotgun snap for Newton. And caught left side, Olsen.
Come on.
And he will have the first down before he's tackled at the 12. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first.
Fucking game, dude.
1st and 10. It's a 12-yard line.
I'm gonna grind this game. I'm gonna get this post lines up. I'm pissing on him.
Boston Scott, his first carry. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. A 12-yard touchdown run. And the Panthers, they widen their lead.
I'm going to play this game. I'm going to hop off the mic while I'm playing it because I'm getting aggravated. I'll be back. Alright. Alright, later.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is fielded at the goal line. A marker down. He does get it up past the 25. Will it hold? Let's see. So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan, or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down.
Hey, watch the screen, watch the screen.
Now gone. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. And that one falls incomplete. A 50-50 ball. A little dangerous. Could have been picked. Now it's third down. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. And he'll take this to the 47, but no further. They get 12 yards back. It still leads to a 4th and long.
It's now 4th down.
The 4-time All-Pro Johnny Hekker is on to punt for L.A. Christian McCaffrey deep for Carolina. On is the punter Hekker as he gets this one away. And a nice job here to down this one right on the 5-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
And from that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, they could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Another run, this time McCaffrey. And he'll take this forward only up to about the 7. It's a gain of about 3, but it's going to leave him with 3rd and still 7 yards to go.
That's a gain of 3.
So if you've been playing defense in this one, there's a little bit of the good and some bad, because they did give up the touchdown run to him earlier, but shut him down otherwise.
Outside of that, you're exactly right. I would say they've contained him very well. The Rams go nickel here defensively on 3rd.
It's just me and you. Express! Banjo. 58, right over there, right over there. Yeah, yeah. Mike, 58, right there. I don't think you got it, son.
Once again, they'll keep it on the ground. And they'll indeed stop him on 3rd down. And now what do you want to do with your timeouts? And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. Here's Michael Pilardi now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. Let's take it inside his own 40. Fighting through, and he's got space. So we are at halftime here in the opener of the 2019 regular season. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going.
And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, Carolina. DJ Moore, 74 yards. And the Panthers, they widen their lead. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit. Get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Game, the second half, no matter what. Whether it's first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever. This was a big score to start the second half.
Fielded about a yard deep. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20.
The Rams take over first and 10 at their own 12-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half score to get. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked up by James Bradbury. And he will bring this one back. It's a pick six for a Panther touchdown. This D wanted to put it away before we even get to the fourth quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
Extra point try good by Gano. And that makes the score 28-0. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Rams take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And they just had that pick six. I guess the only positive maybe is them returning that for a touchdown. This offense right back out onto the field to try to make up for it.
I like that because now it doesn't give him a chance to...
And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by Trey Boston. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
They run on first down as they're able to get this forward for about 4. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Great. They're running it.
To throw is Newton. And that is incomplete. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point. And they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, wake up.
Yeah.
Let's get moving, guys.
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
I mean, you think you might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's gone. Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. Dontari Poe marches in for the sack. Well, you don't usually get a sack from a nose tackle spot, but we got one there.
No, we don't, and a lot of the times in passing situations, they end up off the field anyway. So how happy was he to work his way back to the quarterback and put him on the ground? He's going to end up with a nickname after something like that, some Big Jelly or something like that.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down.
Mike, check.
Here's gone. And he finds a man on a crossing route. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down. You know, you wonder how the Rams' game plan in Super Bowl 53 might have been different with a healthy Cooper Kupp. He was injured on November 11th, torn ACL out for the year. But he was on his way to a 1,000-yard season in his 2nd NFL campaign. Had 566 yards in 8 games before the injury. To throw is gone. He gets it to Gurley, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. The Rams' passing game on point right now as they pick up another 1st down. So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Out of the gun, gone. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. It's the Pro Bowler Luke Kuechly that picks it. And they will finally stop him as he's down to the 40-yard line. So their woes on offense continue. That's the 2nd pick thrown here in the 3rd quarter.
And we know it was ill-advised, but that was an opportunity to help them get back into the game. Instead, he throws another interception, and now their task is even tougher.
Here we go. Now, Katie. Mike, 58, right there. Watch the curl.
They'll try to get the running game going with McCaffrey. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4.
3rd quarter, and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
At the Rams' 33-yard line.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
Here we go.
They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And this won't be enough to pick up the 1st. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing him further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively.
Get in the weight room.
Here's Scott. And boy, he is very close to a 1st down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. Give him a yard on the play, and he's definitely short. It'll be 4th down and a few inches. 4th down, and here's Graham Gano now in the field goal unit for the Panthers. It'll be a 47-yard attempt from the left hash. And this one is right down Broadway. And they're sitting pretty now as the lead grows even further. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
At their own 25-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate, and of course they'd like to forget the inning, the interception, but they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34.
Kill, kill, kill. Turn up. Kill, kill, kill. Turn up. You go tank. You got tank.
Another carry now for Gurley. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. Another example of just a dominant performance by this defense.
Yeah, you hear all the time about teams that try to steal signals from the other side and try and learn their signs and their tendencies. It's almost like they get the answers to the exam the night before and were well prepared for this final.
They'll try and pick up the first with Gurley. I don't think Gurley got there. Looks like the defense held him back. Nothing doing on 2nd and 3rd down after that 9-yard gain on 1st. Here's Johnny Hekker now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. And this will be taken at the 13. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. Checking things elsewhere, 3rd quarter now from U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. And the Falcons sort of opening things up there. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. On 1st down, Scott. Tackle made there by Jordan Hicks.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. They go again with Scott. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Set. Ready, Mike. Let's go, tackle. Let's go. We got this. We got this.
They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. Here's Michael Pilardi now as he's on to punt for Carolina. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. This is taken at about the 14. Now after the punt on that play, we've got a man down on the field. Hate to see this. Week 1 of the season. We'll be back. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it? Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. That's Luke Kuechly with a sack.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here.
Let's get off the field, D. Let's get off the field, D.
Back to throw. Goff. It's hauled in by Brandon Cooks. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to 3rd down.
If he's their best threat on offense, use your #1 cover guy on defense. It doesn't matter about size.
They have had him locked up. That just his first catch of the game. Big reason why they're down. On the draw, Goff gives to Gurley. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. Not at all what they envisioned on 3rd down. 3 yards in the wrong direction. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down.
Mike spot 4, Mike spot 4, Mike spot 4. Hey, they're scared. They're scared.
The Rams going for it on 4th. Gone. And that's complete to Cooks. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. Goff now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Goff going to hand it to Gurley. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
It's not something that we see every game now. Todd Gurley held below 50 yards, and we are in the 4th quarter. Got to give a lot of credit. They've done a nice job of bottling him up.
They absolutely have. And a lot of times he can still find holes, but there haven't been the holes there. The offensive line hasn't created much space.
Watch the run, watch the run.
On 2nd and 11 now. Goff. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure. The backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Goff now looks to throw, and that will be incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Here's Johnny Hacker now as he's on to punt for L.A. That's fielded at the 8-yard line. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And possession will switch hands. 1st and 10.
At their own 21-yard line.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. On third down, it's Scott. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means fourth down.
They tried their best to pick up that 3rd and 1, but their surge wasn't enough to counteract what came back at them from the defensive side, was it?
Offensive line, especially in the middle, looked like they were on skates a little bit when that one started.
So now we bring up 4th and inches. This will be a critical call.
First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. This will be fielded at the 17. Oh, and he's taken down here by his face mask by the looks of it. And a penalty flag is going to give a much better starting position. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that would look pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard, inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling again.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
On 2nd and 9. Goff got his man complete over the middle. That's Woods. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Goff now 9 of 17 through the air. Not a great percentage, but it is 1st and 10. Goff. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Trey Boston. And they get the football, but not much on the return here as he stopped at the 7-yard line. So this one is over. A victory for Carolina. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one. And that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, off a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory.